Hey guys, what's up? This is Switchy, and we're here with the final portion of the Midnight Club tutorial. We've made it to the end. We've done it. Car's gonna look awesome. So what you see right now, I'm doing the background to what you've seen in part 2. Now, I haven't deleted it. I haven't started from scratch. All I did was select, and then cut all of the vinyls that you saw in the front, and now I'm working on what's going to be behind it. So this is sped up 3 times because of how long this actually took. This was 24 minutes and I've cut it down to 6. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to tell you my first tip. My first tip is use a background. I've just finished talking about it for the last 20 seconds. The backgrounds make your car look that much better. They're a great idea. Great. I just can't say how good they are to have. It keeps the car from looking plain all the way around. You use the body very well. And for the most part, they look good. Now, the reason why I'm letting you know to put a background and not just saying, the reason why I'm giving you so much information on this is because I've seen backgrounds before. They're usually only on one portion of the car, something like that. Or they didn't use the entire car. Now, having background's good, but usually the background won't look as good if you don't have anything on the top of the car, which goes to my second point. Use the entire car. Don't just do the sides, don't just do the hood, don't just do the back part of the car. Use as much of the car as you possibly can. Now, the only time I say you can have an exception to this, if you put something on the hood and then have like maybe the back 1/4 of the car, because that looks good. That's alright. It looks pretty good, but you have to be smart when you do this. So I'm going to tell you little pros and cons of using the entire car. First pro, it makes it look like you tried really hard. It makes it look like you put time and effort into it. And you can usually see the person's car making skills out of how much of the car they use and how well they use it. Now, the first con of doing it is it can look messy, it can look like you overloaded the car, and you might not get to see the car's original color as much. Now, that's really the main con to it. Now, the second pro is it gives it detail. You can do what I'm doing now and actually wrapping the background to the front of the car, which looks really cool. It looks smooth, it looks clean, and it's just really nice to do. So I want to talk a little bit about aesthetics right now, because I actually cut this part out of the video because it's something that you can do extra. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but I feel like it's really good to say. So what I want to say is the aftermarket vinyls, things that have the company names, the brand names, your part makers, things like that, put them on the car. Use like the back fender, the front fender, the spoiler, and the hood. That's what I recommend using for it the most. Or actually the side skirts too, I forgot about that. Those are the best spots to put them. It makes the car look like it's a pro street racing car, sponsored, has like all these companies paying for the car, making money off the cards, things like that. It makes it look like it could be used in a movie or something like that. It makes your car stand out that much more. And believe me, they may not seem like they make much of a difference, but it is a lot of a difference when you put aftermarket names, manufacturers, stuff like that on the car. Now I want to get into the third tip, which is just dealing specifically with the top of the car. So when it comes to the top of the car, it can get hard to place the vinyls because of how you have to place them. It can get a little confusing and difficult. So the first thing I would say is keep the camera on one side of the car. Don't look at the car from front to back. Look at it from left to right. That I find the best because that's how they have it set up to move the vinyl. Now, another thing that I would have to say besides having your camera right there is to use parts of the car as a reference, as a marker, to let you know where to put the vinyl or whatever you're putting on there. So for example, on this car, you have the little air vents on the hood. I would use those. I would use maybe the windshield as a marker, and possibly the spoiler too, and the rear lights. Those are very good markers. They work well, and it's helped me throughout the years as I got better. It's just really simple to do, but it makes a huge difference. And so this is about wrapping it up. So I'm going to say one last tip, which is use in-game mechanics to increase the style of your car. So not only do you want the car to look good, but you want it to look good while you're driving it as well. So what I would say is a special ability, try to match it to the color of the car. So what I use on this one, I end up using EMP because it's blue and the EMP is purple. So do something like that. It looks really cool when you use those abilities. So let's say you're doing a gameplay video and you use it, it stands out that much more and looks great. Next thing I would say is use the airbags and hydraulics. Those can look really cool when you're just cruising, or when you're at a red light and you're parked next to this guy and all he sees is a car lowering. And the final thing I'll say is change the license plate to match the car. So that's about it. This is the end of this tutorial. I thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Love you all. And I'll have another video out today, hopefully, which will be a Halo video. So stay tuned for that. This is Switchy, and I'm signing off.